Get ready for the Too Hot to Sip podcast, your go-to for daily topics, celebrities gossip, and captivating stories. So keep your ears glued to your headphones, cause your host Diana is delivering new episodes weekly with music reviews, news updates, and engaging discussions on dating advice and much more. Subscribe now for exclusive content and wild personal stories for only $0.49 a month. Nothing is off limits here, so share with your friends and family to tune into the Hot to Sip podcast. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for this week's episode.
Hey you guys, what's up? What is going on? Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful weekend and they are going into week with much positivity. Okay, until the next weekend. But child, I have a story to tell you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. If y'all are new at listening to my podcast, I would advise to go ahead and follow me. I like to share my opinions, my thoughts, what I have gone through, and etc. and give out advices sometimes. And we just catch a vibe here, you know what I'm saying? We're family. So go ahead and subscribe or follow my podcast today. Now let's jump into the... So yesterday, it was Saturday. And before I begin, I want to let you guys know, I have multiple tanks, right? So I have 2 10s and a 8.5 gallon tank. So before I indulge into the aquatic life, I have done a lot of research. I have done a lot of, looking at videos, reading articles, and etc., knowing the type of fish that I would like and what animal I would like to keep, right? So I have had them for a while. I would say a couple months now. I have had my tank and they are doing well. At the beginning, it was a struggle because I was trying to learn the water quality. What should I add to my water? What type of fish would be good with this type of amphibian, or if I wanted crayfishes, what would be best to fit with them, or etc., right? And I have been going to several pet stores. My top pet stores to go to are Petco and also PetSmart. And then I would, time and time again, I will go to the pet market since it's very convenient because it's literally right there. But the thing is, they don't have a variety of fishes and whatever. But nevertheless, let's jump into Saturday events. So as I told you guys before, I have gone to these particular store multiple times, and these people are kind of familiar with my face as I am familiar with their face because I can identify the person that I'm going to speak about today, right? So I came in, and let me just say how I dress just in case this might be important, and probably this is the reason. So I had on a large, I don't know what you call them. It's like them striped dress shirts, but it's mostly for people that's in the woods or stuff like that. And I had me some gray tights. I had my black flip-flop. And because I literally just took down my hair, I had a hair wrap for my hair because it was all out of whack. And my hairdresser was like, I don't have to comb it out or anything like that. Just come in and, she'll take care of my hair. So that's how I was looking. So when I went to PetSmart, this is the one located in Aventura, literally right next to Best Buy. And I believe that's a Target as well. And then they have Whole Foods, they got Ultra. They have quite a few things there, right? And I went in there, I seen 2 people. There was a white lady there, and there was a guy, I think he was Hispanic or something like that. And he looks very new, he didn't know what he was doing, and it seemed like she was training him, right? So I think they was done serving one of the customers, and the lady had addressed me. She's like, hey, how can I help you? And I said, yes, I would like to get 10 Rosies, and I would like to get 6 of the neon tetras. So then she was like, okay, and what's your size of your tank? And I looked at her and I said, do I have to answer that? She was like, yes. What size of the tank do you have? So I told her, well, I have multiple tanks. The Rosies are going to my crayfishes to be fed. As if we all know, Rosies, minnows are typically feeder fishes, right? Some people, little bit of education, some people would use them for ponds and keep them as pets because they're really sufficient if they're not wormed or have any type of diseases or whatever. They are really good at any condition in water. Like, they have no issues. But at the same time, if they are with worms or they have like some type of diseases, whatever, they die very easily. So typically they just get fed to species, right? So moving on. So I told her the Rosie is being fed to my crayfishes, and the neon tetras, they're going to several tanks that I have. So I don't understand why I had to tell her my tank size. So she continued pursuing, saying, you have to let me know the tank size as we're trying to make sure the fishes go to adequate homes. We're trying to preserve the fishes, this and that and whatever. And I said, I don't understand. I am a customer and I am asking for 10 Rosies and I am asking for 6 neon tetras. Right? I said, trust me, I am well educated with tanks and fishes and stuff like that. And I already told you I have multiple. So she kept on asking me the tank size. So I looked at her, I caught my head to the side to make sure she understand I'm about to lie to you. Just to see, like, where is this going? Because this have never happened to me before. And I said, I have a size 5. So she was like, oh, well, since you have a size 5, you're only able to get 4 or 5 fishes. And I'm like, excuse me, no. I had requested 6 neon tetras and 10 roses, right? So then she told the guy, okay, go get her the 10 rosies and I'll be back, right? So she walked away. So there was another customer next to me, and she was like, oh my gosh, I don't understand why they're doing that. They have never asked me that either. And you know what? I really like your voice, how you talk to them. And I said, thank you. Because I'm not upset. It's just that it's weird that they're asking me this. And if I said I had multiple tanks at first, obviously they're not going to stay in one tank. They're going to several other tanks. Whether is, sidebar, what I'm saying is, whether it is a 5 tank, 2 tank, 3 tank, 75, I had already told you they are going to several other tanks that I already have. So regardless of the size, I'm splitting them up, right? So I don't understand why she's denying my request, So the girl's like, yeah, because that is literally ridiculous. I have never, seen this ever happen, da, 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 da. And what is it? What do they care? The fishes are going to your home. They're being taken care of and etc. I'm like, yeah. So then while this white girl, because I'm going to tell you her name later because she literally walked away so I don't get her name. Me and that girl, the customer that was waiting to get served as well so she could get her fishes, she was telling me what was going on with her tank and the fishes that she had and whatever. So I gave her advice upon like what she should do because they were saying that she have high ammonia. And I said, yeah, I had that same issue, but they was telling me the same thing, do a 25% water change and it will be okay. In actuality, it did not help me. My fishes were still dying. And I was panicking. So what I had did is I brought this brand, this type of water conditioner, and I did more of a 75% water change, keeping some of the old one on there. And literally in minutes, my fishes was okay. So I didn't have any issues after that. As we was talking, another girl came and she was asking me the same thing. She was like, hi, how can I help you? She was telling me, what type of fishes would you like to get? I said, well, I want 10 rosies and I want 6 of the neon tetras. So then she was telling me, oh, yes, what size tank do you have? And again, I repeated the same thing and I said, well, I have multiple tanks and they're going to multiple tanks. The Rosie are going to be fed to my crayfishes. So she like, well, yes, I understand, but what size is the tanks that the neon tetras are going to? And I repeated myself. I said, they are going to multiple tanks. Okay, multiple tanks. So I'm very confused. Why you keep asking me? I would like to purchase 6 of the neon tetras. So then she was like, well, the lady that was here, she had told me of the situation, and I have to let you know that with our policy, we can refuse to give a certain amount of fishes to a customer depending on their tank size. And I'm looking like, where in the hell does it says that? I have not seen a policy that has said that. There's no area in there that have a sign saying this thing, right? So I said, listen, I said, excuse me, I don't know who that girl was or whatever the case may be while she grabbed you, but I am a customer. I'm requesting the fishes. I very much clear of tank sizes and requirements. Trust me. Again, I have multiple tanks, as I told you before. And she was like, okay, but what size are the tanks? So again, I caught my head to the side, looked at her squinting like, is a 5 to see, okay, where she's going with this, right? So then she also said, well, based on your tank size, we are only allowed to give you 3, and then you can come back to get more. And I'm looking at her like, excuse me? She's like, do you know how big they get? I'm like, I'm very aware of how big neon tetras get. They do not get as big as you're claiming right now. And I would like to purchase 6. That's what I'm requesting. I am a customer here, and I would like to, get my neon tetras. So she continued to persist, and I was basically saying, she was like, well, we can meet in the middle, and you can get 3 today, and then you can come back and get the others. And I'm like, no, I am not leaving here without getting what I had requested. Okay, I said, it doesn't make sense to me that you're literally denying me to get fishes that I requested for. And she was like, we're not denying, we're just saying that because of your tank size, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, you know what, okay, I will take 4 or 5, as the other lady has said, and I'll be on my merry way. So then she's like, well, let me go ask her to see if that's what she had said. I said, are you freaking kidding me? So she went back. Me and the other customer, we was talking again. Another customer came, and I guess he was waiting to get fishes as well. And she came back and told me, no, she said she never told you how many you can get. And I looked so surprised. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, her and this guy, the new guy, literally heard her say 4 to 5 because I have a 5 tank. And if I have a size 5 tank, I should be able to get 5. It will be a tight squeeze, but I can get a 5 or I can get 4. But because I had requested literally 6, and I told you multiple tanks, I need my 6. She was like, well, because at first you said 5. I said, no. At first, I said I had multiple tanks that they're going to. So I don't understand why I'm still not being serviced and whatever. So because she was going back and forth, I said, you know what? Where's your store manager? I would like to speak to your store manager. So she came and said, well, it's only me and her. We are the managers on duty today. Our store manager is not here, and she is the manager for this department. I said, really? So I said, well, can you call him? Because I would like to speak to him regarding this whole treatment, because I don't understand, am I being targeted or what? I have never gone through this, and no one had ever asked me what size tank I had and telling me what I can and cannot get and whatever. So she was like, oh, I can't believe no one had asked you this. That's something that we always do. And I'm saying, well, I'm letting you know that I was never asked this. And even so, if I was asked that, I have never been denied the fishes I had requested. I literally came 2 weeks ago, purchased 3 La Roches, 3 to 4 La Roches. So I don't understand how all of a sudden there's a new policy. So she was like, well, you can only get 3. I'm trying to help you. And I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Literally, don't worry about it. I will be calling corporate and we will be having a discussion. What is your name? Sydney? Oh, Sydney. Trust me, I know it's not your fault, but I will be talking to corporate and reporting that, and I will leave a beautiful review for you. A beautiful review. So she's like, okay. So I left and I called. I called the customer service line and I told them everything that I'm telling you guys now. And I said, listen, I have worked in corporate before and I understand how things go. But at the end of the day, if a customer is requesting something, it should have been, handled. And I should not have felt like I was being targeted. I did not like that. And I do not want to talk to a store manager. I want to speak to the regional manager. I want to speak to someone that can make sure what I went through does not happen again. Okay, because that was literally ridiculous and quite embarrassing at the same time. Even though I was not doing like a rowdy yelling or whatever, but it was quite embarrassing because it's like, are you serious? Like, I'm requesting what I'm requesting, and now I have to drive to a different competitor because you guys did not want to give me what I was requesting. Like, honestly, I understand, certain people are very attached to certain animals and etc. But at the end of the day, corporate will always say customer is right. I should have just got my fishes. And if she wanted to educate me, she could have, as much as I don't need it. She could be like, look, I would recommend that you get 3 because of the tank size. You want them to have space, da-da-da. But if you prefer to get that, go, here you go. Thank you, and have a great day. But for her to literally stop a customer from purchasing what they asked for is ridiculous. That's like you're going to the supermarket, right? And you're putting things that you know what you need, you know what you got at home, you know what you don't have at home. So you're putting things in your cart and you go to the cashier and she's asking you, so what do you have at home? Oh, that's what you have? Well, I don't think you need these carrots. I don't think you need this much meat. If it's only 4 you guys, you don't need this much meat. You only have rice? Well, I don't think you need more rice. Like what? Excuse me? How are you going to tell me what I need for my household? You know what I'm saying? And it goes the same way when it comes to fish tanks. How are you going to stop a sale just because of a tank size? If the customer had already told you she had multiple tanks and they're going on in multiple tanks. Now, it would have been a fair question if she would have asked, well, in those multiple tanks, how many fishes do you have in each tank? Then I would have gave her In this tank, one of my tanks, I have 5 fishes, and it's a 10-gallon tank. In this tank, I only have 2 fishes, and it's an 8-gallon tank. That would have been much better than denying my request of getting 6. Because again, I already told you I have multiple tanks. If I have multiple tanks, your question should have been, oh, how many fish do you have in them tanks? Okay, so all right, boom, boom, boom. Wipe this plate, go, purchase what you have to purchase, and call it a day. Not actually stopping, then making it a whole big deal because I didn't tell you, like, the amount of tanks that I have and the sizes of each of them. You're just so worried about these fishes as if, first of all, like, you didn't know rosies are used for feeding. They are feeder fishes. Just like little guppies, little baby guppies, they are feeder fishes. Okay? So it was so weird. It was so freaking weird that she was actually doing that and both of them was doing that. So hopefully I get a call on Monday or an email on Monday regarding this whole situation, because I think it's ridiculous that this even happened. That I had to literally go through that, and there's no repercussion for these people acting like they are managers and they are really good managers. Shit need to be situated big time. But anywho, you guys, let me know down below if you think I had handled that right. Do you think I was wrong? Do you think they was wrong? What do you guys think? Let me know down below and let's have a conversation, because baby, that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Hey babes, thanks for tuning in and listening to this episode. Like, share, and follow our podcast if you really enjoyed today's topic, because there's so much more to come, and I don't think you want to miss out. Okay, I didn't think so. Well, babes, see you later on the next episode. Bye.